Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
I'm touching the nerve now. Black people have heroes like Siya Kolisi. I'm touching the nerve now. Touching the nerve. You can't be a black person and have a hero like Siya Kolisi. I've said that. You can't be a black person and have a hero like Siya Kolisi who does not represent anything that has to do with black person. Because Siya Kolisi represent everything that has to do with our black oppression.
Why is Siya Kolisi catching strays, man?
We're coming to him, Musa. When's
Asenza proud, Ganj.
Proud of what?
Black Heart, the hustle continua. 100% good quality t-shirts, made to inspire your goals and dreams. T-shirts are now available at an affordable price. Place your order now. 068-473-6908. Instagram at Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I am your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Nengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, ladies and gentlemen, I'm covering an interview of Bonginkosi Khanyile, a young, promising young man that is taking South Africa by storm. And the vehicle he's using is Umkhonto Wesizwe. The young man, we know him from the 2016, 2017 Fees Must Fall protest. He was then arrested for 6 months in prison, going in and out of court, and the case being postponed. My goodness, was I stressed for him and Abu Mtebo Dlamini. It was a very stressful time for students in varsity at that time. But finally we saw youth rising up and saying enough is enough. And Jacob Zuma heard their cry and announced free fees and free tuition for varsities. This is it's unheard of, for a president to make that announcement boldly. And I'm telling you, South Africa inayo imali bafethu. Inayo. If you've watched the full interview, or I think it's the Hustlers Corners by DJ Spoo, Bonginkosi Khanyile, I was hitting notes at this point. I want to cover 5 points, and should you guys love how I covered it, I will do a part 2. All you need to do is go in the comment section and type King do it, and I will definitely do it. So let's first start with Bonginkosi speaking about MK Party. Why is MK Party so different, and why is it that people love Umkhonto Wesizwe?
Umkhonto Wesizwe Party. Qala kanjani MK Party? It's what, 3-4 months old? 3 months old now, ne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Registered. Ubaba then said he's voting MK. Then all young people say, boom, towards MK. MK has done something that we have never seen. I've been politically active for quite some time now. MK has done something that we have never seen before. It's the first political party whereby people say, Ningas, abas busy siyayizela. It's the first political party that calls rallies and don't give people t-shirts. Is the first political party that calls rallies and don't transport people with buses. Is the first political party that does not give people KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken. Do you still have Kentucky Fried Chicken? We don't. People are calling Zuma, come this side. We are here. Zuma, they are organizing themselves. It's an organic revolution. It comes from the ground up. First time in history, since the dawn of democracy. Even Mandela never had. You know how the campaign of Mandela, when you look back to history, it was very difficult campaign. I think it only got 62%. Many people don't know that Mandela never got 2/3 majority. got 62%. Then he had to form a government of national unity with your national party, with a de Klerk.
I think nobody in South Africa can deny the fact that Mkhonto Wesizwe caught us by surprise. It was like these people badle something, man. The way the Mkhonto Wesizwe people were coming out in their numbers in support of Jacob Zuma, in support of the green jersey. Man, it was not normal. I remember December, I was fighting in Bloemfontein the 15th of December. That's the same day my brother passed away, just minutes before I fought. So I couldn't focus. I didn't know what happened. Lost the fight, went home, drove from Bloemfontein to Kimberley, same night after the fight, then drove to Mpumalanga the next morning to go and bury my brother. And so I did not have my phone on, I think, for a good 2 days. I think the 15th was on Friday. I think Sunday, when I woke up, I drove somewhere and I switched on my phone. And this was the 17th of December. My goodness, I was shocked. What is going on here with Mkhonto Wesizwe? Who is Mkhonto Wesizwe? What is Jacob Zuma doing? The people were going crazy with Mkhonto Wesizwe. We started to see people organizing themselves from all around South Africa. I mean, I also did an interview of an Mkhonto Wesizwe leader here in Northern Cape, Thabo Modupe, and the fire was uncontainable. How can a political party organize, and not even organize, the people organize an event and call the leaders of Mkhonto Wesizwe? They buy their own t-shirts, they buy their own KFC, they're organizing them. It's crazy how Mkhonto Wesizwe took over South Africa and still is doing now. You saw them in Cape Town, right? I will speak about it on a separate video, because Mkhonto Wesizwe, if you are a supporter of Mkhonto Wesizwe, they are seeking for your help, for your contribution. Like I said, I'll speak about that on another video. But for me, it shocked me how number one, disciplined Mkhonto Wesizwe people were, Mkhonto Wesizwe gatherings were, and number two, how impactful they were in terms of the numbers that were coming in there, the way they sing, the way it was crazy, man. The motorcades and all those stuff. It was happening almost every weekend in January, if you guys can remember. But Bonginkosi covers something about politicians paying for their own bills. South Africa has got so much money, but we are wasting this money on wrong things. Listen to what Bonginkosi said.
Why? That money can fund education. President Cyril, buy your own food. Chief, maintain your traveling. All of us, when we go to work, we pay our own transportation. When I'm a cashier, I pay my own transportation. When I'm a security guard, I pay my own transportation. When I'm a domestic worker, I pay my own transportation. Now, a person that gets a fed salary, he claims transportation is government, food is government. Even a house that it does not even need, it's government. That's where the money is. So we need to change leadership style and leadership posture. Leading must not about your social upward mobility or the ability to amass resources. It must be about the people. These guys are highly paid. Leave the corruption that they do. Because immediately when a person goes into power, now he sits in secret meetings with business people. He has secret deals that he do, and is looting behind. We know there's that man of looting behind, outside of the salaries that they get. Use that money you loot to pay your own things, but don't take from the state. Pala issue. Dollars found underneath. Take those dollars and pay your own transportation and food. So in South Africa, we have resources, but in the manner in which our leaders are using the money and how they lead, they have no love for people at all. At all. They have no love for people. And some of these people, it's people that we grew admiring. were propagated, Cyril Ramaphosa wrote the best constitution. Cyril Ramaphosa is going to go into power. When he goes into power, he's a clean man. He's not going to loot because he's a business person, he's rich. Kanti Cyril is the biggest loot of them all. Cyril is sell about it. Niyakhumbula 500 billion kwe-COVID.
Mobi.
500 billion ahamba ukoleta phesheya. Wakoleta for i-country. We-COVID.
Ama PPE.
Ndiye konke lokho.
And abakhulunywa ngama-billion amalingi during i-COVID. Angisakhumbuli mapha ama-billion.
500 billion awukoleta phesheya.
Is that when they started calling our president Rama-billion?
Kwakuthiwa uzonakekela ama-artist. The artist will get something. The poor, because the business is shut down. 500 billion. 500 billion. South Africans don't know what 500 billion is. Let me tell you, teachers, so that you can faint. I want you to faint. What is a billion? I want to explain a billion. 1 billion is 999 million plus 1 million.
What? 900.
1 billion is 999 million plus 1 million. 1,000 million is 1 billion. Ramaphosa took 500 billion.
Shudekishini ndoda ngabona ama-billion.
Uyabona?
Sidandruku ndoda ama-billion.
Uyabona mina sibuka ngikaze ngilibona i-million ngamehlo ngaquleka. Ngalale esibhedlela. Lama comrades antshontsha lokho okukhulu. Awantshontshe lokho thina sikujwayele. Ukuthi umuntu uyantshontsha.
Abananembeza.
Bantshontsha le mali lo okuvela ngathi sebeyagula manje emakhanda. Yabo ngisho ukuthi uyisela khona imali obonile ayintshontsheleki. Untshontsha kanjani 500 billion?
I don't know who has fooled us, the public of South Africa, who has bewitched us as Africans, that we think it is okay that politicians get treated better than kings. Politicians in Africa get treated better than kings. A deputy president has got a motorcade, does not pay for the school fees of their children, does not buy food, does not pay for their transportation, does not pay, they pay for nothing. How did this become right? Now, for those who don't understand why so many portfolios and so many deputies, is because those deputies who are members of parliament or who are executive members, they contribute to every political party. I think the contribution for ANC is the lowest, something like 8% or something like that. The EFF is somewhere 15 to 20% of your salary goes back to the party that has deployed you. So all political parties, that is how they survive in terms of donation back to the party so that administrative wise the parties can work. I know some of you did not know this. All the members of parliament of different political parties have got a percentage that goes back to their political party headquarters so that those parties can function. That is a true. You can fact check me if you want. But like Bonginkosi says, why is it that a security guard is expected to pay transportation, to pay school fees for their children, to pay for their food, to pay for their rental, but the people who earn above 1 million rand per annum don't pay anything? What is it they are doing with this money? That's why I get so angry when I see politicians being corrupt. I'm like, why are you corrupted? What is it that you need in your life? Everything that you need, that is a basic necessity, is being taken care of by our taxpayer money. But you still go the extra mile to go and steal the money of the people. That's why there must be a special prison for politicians. If you want to know what that special prison is, I did a live yesterday, Sunday, about the border policy of Africa, the open border policy of Africa. Go and check that video. It's almost 2 hours. I cannot say everything I said on that video, but go and check that video and you will hear me speaking about a special prison for special prisoners. Yo, I'm telling you. Bonginkosi spoke about something about fees must fall. I want to cover one point that he made, one sentence, and that sentence relates to you. Listen to this.
It was for a good cause.
Did you ever feel some sort of regret?
No.
When you're in the prison cell for those 6 months?
No. In fact, if we could turn back the hands of time, I will do exactly what I've done. Remember, there are many children, there are many young people I've met who said, Khanyile, I'm what I am today because of that struggle. Now I'm a doctor. Now I'm a lawyer. Now I'm a qualified nurse. Now I'm a teacher because of what you guys were in the forefront fighting for. Higher education is very expensive, Buddhism. Iyabiza education. For me at Vets, ngonyaka, I would spend close to 250,000.
Sure.
A year, which means my 4-year degree of law at Vets could cost close to $1 million. Accommodation alone at Vets Junction, it's 110,000. Accommodation alone. Meals are close to 60,000, 80,000 meals. Then you have tuition fee. Then you have books. Then you have to pay for transportation from rest to university.
Now, when we come to fees must fall, you have heard me say 1,000,000 times that there is no revolution that will start in any country that will change the direction of that country without the youth. Now, in 2016 and 17, we saw the youth take over South Africa and change how education is perceived, how education is received forever. Even though, yes, it's true, Cyril Ramaphosa came back and recalled Blade Zimbabwe and recalled what you call Pravin Gordhan after Jacob Zuma fired those people. With the youth, the lives of people has changed forever. What am I talking about? Bonginkosi says something. He says, they ask him, is it worthwhile what you did? Would you do it again? He says, listen, I would do it again. Why? This is the sentence I was talking about. He says, there are people that come to him and say, leadership, thank you so much. Because of what you did on the fees must fall, because of you going to prison, raising awareness that South Africa can indeed afford tuition for all students in higher education. I am a nurse today. I'm a policeman today. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer, and so on and so forth and so forth. So for me, that is exactly why we are building PASETA, the Pan-Africanist School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. We want children to come and say, wow, because of you, because of that YouTube channel that you started, you created a family that built a school for us. And I am a lawyer today. I am a Pan-Africanist today. I am a doctor today. I'm an economist today. I'm a business owner today because of what you did. Those words, they are the biggest thank you, the biggest gratitude you could ever receive in your life. Someone coming to you and say, because of the sacrifices that you have made, my life has changed forever and I cannot repay you for what you did for me. That is why we are building PASETA, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we are building PASETA. Sifuna ukubaseta labantwana. Sifuna ukuseta labantwana with PASETA. So the question then remains, what is it that you're going to do in your lifetime, especially as a young person between the age of 23 and 43, young person, you are still a youth. For me, in that age group is youth. Huh? When you are still a youth, up to 44 years old, for 22 years old to 44 years old, youth, while you still have the energy, while your body still have the energy, while you still can do whatever you can do to fight on. When people ask you, what did your generation do? What is your answer going to be? When people, the younger generation, thanks you for your contribution, what is that contribution going to be? Paseta is not a joke. It's not something that we are starting for fame just here on YouTube. We are starting a movement to build a Pan-African school for the coming generation. My goodness. And I like to follow it up with what Bonginkosi said about black people. It's like black people, they don't want to be liberated. You get angry. You do. Listen to what Ubongi said.
We are reduced into becoming security guards. In South Africa, we are reduced into selling fried chips. In South Africa, we are reduced into selling a makip. In South Africa, we are reduced into becoming beggars. It's black people, it's not white people. Yet this land belongs to our forefathers. I'm telling you openly, without any fear of doubt, South Africa belongs to the black native people. White people came through the sea in 1652, where the problems of black people began. We don't wish them away. But we are saying, in the land of our forefathers, in the land of Skukune, in the land of Shaka Zulu, in the land of Hoshimampuru, we cannot live as beggars. Because when you go to England, you cannot find a white person working for a black person as a domestic worker. You cannot find a white person being a cashier while a black person is a multimillionaire. So what's wrong with us? Are we children of a lesser God? Why? Why are people not rising and saying, no, enough is enough? We want our companies to be listed in JSE. When you go to JSE, JSE looks like an American executive. It's like a London executive. White males are dominating our JSE. Where is DJ Sbu in JSE? Where is Ntuli in JSE? Where is Litlak in JSE? Why our JSE looks like we are in a foreign country, yet is in Africa? Why do we accept that? What's wrong with us as black people? There's something teachers boy always say that, myself, I don't hate white people at all. I don't. In fact, I love them because white people are just being white. We as black people must begin to be black. Don't hate. A problem is not white people. White people are just being white. You know their history. Black people must begin to be black. What do I mean, DJ Sbu? I don't know what's wrong with black people. Sometimes you get angry with them and want to turn against them and say, maybe these people, they deserve this oppression, they deserve this subjudication, they deserve poverty, they deserve everything that comes to them. But Bigo teaches us that never get tired of black people because majority of them, their minds have suffered colonialism. They hate themselves. They hate everything that represents them.
Hi, yabana nami Bonginkosi Khanyile. I sometimes ask myself, what is it that black people want? What is it that we can use to revive, to resurrect black consciousness from our black people? That question, I don't sleep because of this thing, because I meet coconuts, brown in the outside but white in the inside. You ask yourself, why is it that you black people are so forgiving? How is it possible that you are literally poor in your own country when people from outside your country are rich and you are okay with it? How can you be okay with your family not having a millionaire? When are you going to say Linna? When are you going to say Linna? When are you going to say Linda, written by yours truly? When are you going to say, Linda, I want the riches of this land? When are you going to wake up as a black person and say, but no man, we as Africans need to unite. We as Africans need to make sure that we support black businesses on purpose. We must push the African agenda of African unity. What is Mtomnyama? Are you saying to me you are okay that black people must speak English forever, ever, amen, until until Jesus comes back, until the world ends again, an astronaut comes and hits our earth? Are you saying you are okay with Africans not uniting behind one language forever? Are you saying you are okay with Africans not uniting behind one currency forever because you see yourself better as Zimbabwe? You don't want to unify with Lesotho. You don't want anything to do with Botswana. You don't want to empower Swaziland. You don't want anything. Then you go and compare your country with China that has 1.4 billion people, your country that only has 66 million people. You compare it with China. You say, why is China doing good and our country is not doing? It's because Chinese people have united. Africans don't want to unite. What is wrong? And Bonginkosi then explains it with a difference of a slave that works in the master's house and a slave that works in the field. Listen to what guys, don't fire me up. Don't fire me up. Anifuni umuntu omnyama akafuni ukukhululeka, akafuni.
Black people have heroes like Siyakolisi. I'm touching the nerve now. Touching the nerve. You can't be a black person and have a hero like Siyakolisi. I've said that. You can't be a black person and have a hero like Siyakolisi who does not represent anything that has to do with black person. There was a rabbi. What was the slogan? It's greater together, bigger together. What the slogan of rabbi? Greater together.
You mean during the World Cup?
World Cup.
Yeah.
What was the slogan? Greater together.
What slogan is that? Yeah.
But that thing, that togetherness. Omi. But something like together, like we're together. You can't have you can't have a hero if you are black like Siyakolisi. Because Siyakolisi represent everything that has to do with our black oppression. You know, there was something in America that Malcolm X taught us, that there are two types of Negroes. There is a field Negro.
Stronger together, right?
Yes.
That was the slogan. Yeah.
Hey, why tall? Why tall? Stronger together. How are we stronger together, Spoon?
Don't lose your train of thought. You're still on Steve Biko, what he teaches us.
Malcolm X in America.
Oh, Malcolm X, okay.
Yes, again. How are we stronger together? Okay, Angizela. Malcolm X teaches us there are two types of Negroes. A field Negro and a house Negro. A house Negro, he stays in the master's house. When the master has eaten food, he can sometimes enjoy the crumbs, the leftovers. When the master has went to town, a house Negro can enjoy the bed and sleep. When the master has went out, he can even fit the dress or the trousers or the pants of a master. Then there is a field Negro who works at the plantation. The sun rays from the morning until the afternoon, they finish from his body. He works in the plantation. Now he says the difference between these two Negroes is that when the house of a master is on fire, a house Negro prays and say, God, please help us. A field Negro says, can the house burn down?
You see, the problem is some of you slaves, you are now in the master's house. You stay in town now. You've got a good paying job now. You're driving a nice car now. So you see yourself better than those slaves. You You are part of the African people that says, let's leave these white people. It is not them that enslaved us. It is their forefathers. It is their ancestors. It is not them. They did nothing wrong. Failing to recognize that they are beneficiaries of colonization. They have gained because of their skin color and because of who they are. The apartheid government purposefully funded Africans' companies. Even before they handed over the government, they gave companies evergreen contracts to supply coal to Eskom. There's a 50-year-old contract, a lease to supply to Eskom coal. That countries, evergreen contracts. They helped their own people. But you guys, you don't want to. And fully, you don't want to wake up as Africans. What must we do? I like Bonginkosi. This is the Bonginkosi I like, not the screaming Bonginkosi and what. This calm Bonginkosi that is dropping facts, that is dropping bombs. This is why I said when he joined the MK that this is the best decision that the young man has done in his life. Beautiful Bonginkosi Khanyile. Wow. I don't know what is it that you Africans want. Just because now you have a better job, you look down to other people. Why do you think political parties like the EFF are fighting for domestic workers, security companies? As security workers, I mean. The lowest of the lowest people must also get medical aid. They must also get pension funds. When are we going to fight for each other as Africans instead of fighting one another? Just because you have won, why are you closing the door behind you? You have climbed the ladder. Why are you not lifting someone to come up with you? And tell that person, don't pay me. I was helping you for free because you're an African. But do the same to another African. Lift someone up also. Don't be alone. Lift and help someone. And I'm telling you, people who are generous with information and help, they go far in life. Look at them around you. People who are generous with information. They always go far in life. People like DJ Spoo himself, always open about information. Please subscribe and love his, like and share and become members of his channels. Both his channels, The Hustler's Corner and DJ Spoo, always dropping bomb. Okhrotman. You can hear this man wants Africans to be liberated. But you Africans, unfuni man. Yo. See, I'm even sweating the winning 70 song corner, guys. I can't. But anyway, tell me if you enjoyed this interview of Bonginkosi on the comment section. Bala King part 2. Just type part 2 on the comment section and I'll do part 2 because the interview is 1 hour 40 minutes long. I did not want to do something very long and bore you guys. I just wanted to keep you here with the Mkhonto Wesizwe has got something special in this young man. He is to be protected by all means. Yes, he will make mistakes here and there, but he is a young man. A young man is supposed to make mistakes. Better than one that makes mistakes and you correct him, then he learns from his mistake, than one that is completely quiet. You don't even know if he's a youth league leader or Colin Malaji or what is going on. You? Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Make sure that you support your boy King 053 Mr. Easy Imali Enengi so that I can give away those 10 t-shirts I want to give away. We said 20,000 subscribers. We said 20,000 subscribers. We can do it. We can do it. Click the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. And you hit that bell icon so that you can be notified every time your boy uploads a video. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, African child, stand up, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.